All right. We are on to chapter 5. We just finished Cain and Abel yesterday. Welcome to the Ammaron vlog, scripture vlog of Ammaron vlog. All right. Let's get this going, guys. Let's start reading. Chapter a day keeps the devil away. All right. Chapter 5 on May 5th. Is it May 5th? Day 5. Day 5 of June. Chapter 5 of Genesis. This is the book of the generations of Adam. Okay, now we're going to go through the generation. Let's go. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. Listen to that. See, I was thinking of this last time. Actually, this was kind of going through these chapters. Something kind of hit me as far as like who God is, like the mystery behind that. Who's them? And he's forming them as one, so one flesh. So if you're after the image of God, think about that. I'm not gonna. I'll let you do the math. Who is he? He's known by his name, but with both Adam and Eve, they are known as Adam. Something to think about. It's the pattern. It's a oneness between two. Okay, without further ado, let's move forward. And Adam lived 130 years and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, called his name Seth. So, in the days of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. So, this was after Cain and Abel. Remember, we talked about Seth was supposed to be the one to carry on the line since Abel was taken out by Cain. So now Seth it says here after he begot Seth, and then we talked about, we speculated that there were more children being born, and it says here that they were. It says, and the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. So during this time frame, it's saying he begat sons and daughters. So over that time frame, how many sons and daughters did he have? Could be numerous. And if you want to take 800 years as, maybe if you want to take it literally, it would mean that he was the first copy of that God made. So he's the first copy in the Xerox machine. Therefore, he's like the most perfect form of the body. And back then, the body could live much longer. All the copies start breaking down over time. So, and he lived nearly 800 years. That's a long time, right? So if that's the lifespan of Adam, and we usually can have, as men, we can have children all the way into the middle-aged or even older, or even towards the end of our lives, we can still have children. Whether the woman can still have children, it's usually by the midpoint of her life that it's done, right? So that would, by the midpoint of, it doesn't say how long Eve lived, but assuming she lived as long as he did, because it doesn't say here, but it says Adam, they're one. So now it says, because up here he just defined it. He just said called their name Adam. So down here, when you say Adam, it's Adam and Eve. They both lived around 800 years. You're going to say 400 years in, because when she stopped having children, you had children. Maybe you could have a child every other year or something like that. Every 400 years, that's going to be, if you keep having kids, you have 50 a year times 100. I mean, 50, 100, 50 every 100 years. 400 years, 4 times 50, that's 200 kids. Yeah. How many kids are they going to have? This is really a good kickstart for giving birth to mankind and replenishing the earth. When God said to multiply, he wasn't kidding. And all the days that Adam lived were 900. Oh, wait, this is even longer. 30 years, and he died. So it does sound singular there that he died. It doesn't mention Eve. So again, they are considered the name, that one name. And Seth lived 105 years and begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years and begat sons and daughters. So he lived similar like length of time, but it's less. Where Adam had lived 930 years, he'd only lived 807 years. So basically over 123 years less than his father. So we're starting to see the breakdown in the generation here as it goes into the next copy, if you will. And probably as they get further and further away from the garden and from the tree of life, having gotten away from that, um, they're starting to experience, and this, like you said, just like God had promised, you shall surely die. Now, when you would die, that's where the devil lied. That's where the serpent lied and said, you shall not surely die. But yes, you shall surely die. It's just for Adam, he died 930 years later. And all the days of Seth were 900 and, oh wait, I'm sorry, I misread that. 912 years, and then he died. So he was a little bit less than 930, 912. So he was about 18 years short of his father's death. Okay. And Enos lived 90 years and begat Canaan. So now we're seeing like these other children being born, like Enos, who was the son of Seth. So this is the line. We're going Seth to Enos. Enos lived 90 years and begat Canaan, and Enos lived after he begat Canaan 815 years and begat sons and daughters, and all the days of Enos were 905 years. He died. So that's even less than 912. So we're going down from 930 down to 912 down to 905. Canaan lived 70 years and begat Mahalaleel, and Canaan lived after he begat Mahalaleel 840 years and begat sons and daughters, and all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. So it just went back up a little bit there, almost back up to 912, so they're staying in the same range there. And Mahalaleel lived 65 years and begat Jared, and Mahalaleel lived after he begat Jared 830 years and begat sons and daughters, and all the days of Mahalaleel were 890 and 5 years, and he died. So that went down from about 15 years, 15, 17 years. And Jared lived in 160 and 2 years, and he begat Enoch. Wow, he had a child when he was 162 years old. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years and begat sons and daughters, and all the days of Jared were 960 and 2 years, and he died. Wait, that's even longer. Like his past Adam's. He went from Adam died in 930. He's up at 962. He must have been eating real good. And Enoch lived 60 and 5 years and begat Methuselah. This is the son of Jared, right? And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 360 and 5 years, and Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Oh, so this person that